Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I point out, I've been on this committee now almost 11 years, and I don't remember ever having any disagreements in regards to our oversight of GSA. And we've always worked in a nonpartisan way because we're trying to get the best deals for the taxpayers of this country. So I expect that will be continued. And I tend to work with, through staff with Senator Brasso's and Senator Carper's staff on a request for information from GSA as it relates to the FBI procurement, because I think there's additional documents that'd be useful for us to see, and I will work with the chairman so that this will be, I hope, a mutual request. Mr. Gelber, I want to work with you here. I'm really trying to get things done here, and I don't understand almost square one. If I understand your authority, you could select a site today. There's no problem with the authority to announce a location. I understand because you canceled the procurement, you need to now explain the rules that you're going to operate and give developers an opportunity to come forward. By narrowing it to one of the 3 locations, the NEPA's already been done, so that expedites the process. So where am I wrong why you cannot move this a lot faster than you just said?
Well, we could, in fact, select a site, as you stated. Our concern is without the full funding and the structure of the procurement that we were operating under, we had no assurance in being able to complete.
All right, so, okay, I just want to make sure that you could move quicker. Congress can help you in those decisions. It would have been, I think, very helpful for us if before you terminated, you would have met with and talked with the people who have been involved in authorizing and funding this program moving forward. Because I point out, the difference between an operating and capital lease could be defined in different ways, which raises questions as to whether we should approve lease prospectus moving forward where there isn't the full funding throughout the entire term. Because you characterize it as an operating lease, we might think it's a capital lease. So, I mean, I think you're raising an issue here which could jeopardize the ability of our agencies to have adequate facilities. So work with us. I don't think anybody in this committee wants to delay the FBI having an adequate facility. No, we don't want to wait 5 or 6 years. We can get it done sooner. But work with us in that regard. We want the best location, the best facility, the most efficient for the taxpayers in this country, and this committee will work with you in that regard. I must tell you, do you have any idea how much money has been wasted by what we've done in the last 6 years? Do you have any idea how much money the agencies have invested into the FBI consolidations? How much time has been spent by your agency, by the FBI, by OMB? How much time has been spent by the state of Virginia in their proposals and going through what they had to do? The state of Maryland, Prince George's County? How much money has been spent by the developers to comply with mixed messages coming out of GSA? Do you have any idea how many millions and millions of dollars have been wasted?
We're aware of how much we've spent on the project, and that's around $20 million to date, sir.
And that's wasted.
Some of that can be repurposed, but the majority, unfortunately, may not be.
Well, you know, I think all of us are concerned about waste. We'd like to have that $20 million spent so the FBI could carry out its mission. A question was asked to you by several of us who are working with us to get this done. I want to make sure that it's done in an open and fair manner. I want to certainly make sure that the jurisdictions that are directly involved, that their representatives are fully participating in whatever is done. I want to make that clear. But I would hope that we could expedite a location. That certainly simplifies things. That we could expedite the NEPA issues, and we could give you confidence through the appropriators and authorizers that we're prepared. We've already put up $800 million. That's a lot of, more than $800 million. I don't want to shortchange this. $913 million we've already put up that you have away. That does not include the Hoover Building. And Senator Rounds, you're right. They will not tell you the value of the Hoover Building. It's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. We know that. So there is already available well in excess of $1 billion that's already been appropriated by Congress for this project. It is clear to me, Mr. Haley, that you need a new consolidated facility, and I appreciate you can't use the piecemeal approach because of the reasons you just said. So we got to figure out a way, because you hear us nodding our heads, to put $2 billion in 1 year's appropriation for one building consolidation is not realistic. That's just not realistic. So we got to figure out a way to do it. And I would really hope that we're not getting to the point that we have to hold up every prospectus here, not to stop the location, but to make sure that we're not going down a path that 6 years after we pass a prospectus, we're back to square one.